beware, don't eat witchcraft and demonic food. If you see these signs, run away from that food. Don't eat it. By God's grace, in today's video, I wish to share with you certain signs based on personal experience and some credible stories I know very well, involving even my siblings, that when you notice, you raw pick race, because food is very dangerous. Don't be gluttony, because any other sham invocation somebody do outside your body, it can easily be taken care of. But whatever that you have injected into your system goes a long way to destroy you before you know it. That is why you have to be careful, because even the Bible makes us to understand that we must be sober, be vigilant. The adversary, the devil, goeth about seeking who to devour. The Bible says that the imagination of the heart of man is evil continually. If you will follow me to the end of today's video, I'll be sharing some stories with you as far as reasons why you should depart from eating people's food when you see this sign. Am I saying you should not eat people's food, that you should not eat food when you go to occasion? No, that is not what I'm saying, because anybody that even give you food, especially rice, is a blessing to you, because actually it attracts abundance, and you are obligated to give out food, especially rice, to the needy, people that are better than you, especially on Thursday, if you are looking for abundance. So if you cannot accept from anyone, and then why giving to people? But there are certain signs you will see, even if it is in occasion. Don't eat that food no matter what. So welcome back to Jenny Action TV. In this particular channel, I discuss 3 important variables which actually have safety and spirituality. In this channel, we pray strategic prayers, we read the word of God in and out, we believe in balance. That is actually why we do spiritual work. So if this is the very first time you are finding yourself in this channel, you are highly welcome. Please kindly hit the red subscribe button and the bell notification so as to always get my next upload. For my returning subscribers, I love you so much. Thank you for always stopping by. So without wasting time, let's dive in. Now, as my manner is and always, let me read a portion of the scripture for you. 1 Corinthians 10:25. 1 Corinthians 10:25 says, whatever is sold in the market, eat. Do not ask questions for conscience sake. Whatever, especially food you buy in the market, pray on it, eat it. Do not ask questions for conscience sake. Reason is that you actually paid for it. Like I used to tell you, nothing is free in this universe. But what I'm talking about is when people decide to give you certain things free, there must be something attached to it. Because in the real sense of it, there is really nothing that is free. That is why there is this adage that free things bite the stomach. And I wish to bring this to your notice. That food that is given to you, you rejected it, or you pretended to collect it and give it to another person, will bring bad luck to you. Once, because there are people that virtually you may not be able to say no to them, you will be forced to accept that food. If you must accept that food, throw it away, use it to do spiritual work, and make a decree and pray, oh God, the creator of the universe, that if this person has given this food with good intention, bless him or she abundantly, that as I pour this away to the universe, and the birds of the air, the ants who did not labor, come to feast on it, so shall you bless the giver and equally bless me. But if this food is given with bad intention, and as I pour it and some birds of the air and ants come to eat it, and it leads to their death, let equivalent punishment be given to the person that gives you that food. Lest I forget, that's why I decided to say this first. Because most of the times we may tend to reject the food, and then because the person that brought it is not the person we can easily say no, we are now forced to go and give it to someone else. And at the end of the day, if it is something that we kill that is there, you have killed somebody. So having said that, that brings me to the first story that happened to me. Why I am saying this? It happened that there was a place we are living on rentage, and then the landlord of that place, it happened that the father died, and the wife have to call for committee of friends. That's why I have to also be careful. And one of the tenants was contracted to cook special cow head pottage. You know how that ngwongwo, for those that speak the same dialect with me, ngwongwo, very sweet, very aromatic. And then it happened that I wasn't actually in that particular meeting, but I was part of the committee of friends. Reason is that I gave birth newly and was nursing my twins, so I couldn't come out, but I contributed the money that we are meant to contribute. And later, they sent one of the tenants to bring the food to me. And being that the thing is well prepared, and then I carry it and savored it. There is one thing about me, when I get something like that, I don't like sharing it with my children. Reason, I will always tell myself that if there's anything, let one person be the person that will go. But because of the aroma of that food, I couldn't resist. I ate. Do you know that night I suffered the worst attack I have never suffered before? More than 1 week, I was very sick. In my palms and the soles of my feet was as if somebody carry arrow, carry pin and shook on it. I can't match my foot on the ground. I was so sick. Very early in the morning, my husband rushed me to the hospital, and then I started getting treatment, getting weaker and weaker. My husband continued praying, and then some people continued praying for me. And at the end of the day, I recovered. My instinct continued telling me that food, you made a terrible mistake. And the worst is that you were not there when it was shared. Somebody brought you a particular portion. Had it been you eat it together, you would have known. And that's, by the way, another thing happened in another place where we are living. It happened that since we started living there, the landlord of that place have never given us anything. All of a sudden, one day, he came back and brought 2 coconuts after traveling to his village, because that place is not his village, it's town where he built a house. And then when he brought that coconut, it was my husband that is around. Me, I've gone out for my teaching job. You know, after teaching, you have lessons to do and all those running up and down. And then immediately I come back, because there is a grace God has given to me. Something that is evil, one way or the other, my instinct will reject it. And my husband was like, this is a coconut that the landlord bring that he gave to us. And I used to like coconut very well. I used to eat it with this our local tapioca. That's when you cut cassava, soak it for 24 hours, you wash it and begin to eat. I like it very well. Immediately I told my husband that this one is not eatable. We must throw it away, that we are not going to eat. And he agreed just like that, but left that coconut on top of the fridge for that day, hoping maybe tomorrow or next. Do you know that in the night, because in the midnight I normally pray, I was even praying in my room without knowing that the entire parlor was on fire. That is how every damn property we have caught fire, including fridge. That was when I know that fridge, this thermocool giant fridge, can melt. Fridge condemned, melted, but no single scratch on this particular coconut. And before that incident happened, it happened that one of my husband's colleagues, this is a pastor, visited us in that compound. Immediately he entered there, he shouted, "You see here that you people are living? Now don't you know that this place is occultic? That the owner of this place is into occult?" He now removed his shoe and go back and say he will never ever come to this place again, that unless we pack out from this place, that we should count him out. Then I have not gotten the level of spiritual awakening I have now. All I know that I was always prayerful. In fact, eventually I was poisoned almost to death in that particular compound before we pack out and build our own house, because I pity those people that you always say fetish, diabolica, fetish. When I was poisoned, there is nothing that was able to heal me. I leave our own church, go to mountain of fire, stay in their altar praying, nothing. Take all sorts of injection. Even when people say you can't take injection, I took injection not until my father-in-law invited us to the village, went to the bush and get certain herbs. That was what healed me. No wonder the Bible said in Revelation 22 verse 2 that the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nation. In fact, that was the beginning of my spiritual awakening, because that opened another eyes to me that these things are not actually made for native doctors, that is a free gift of nature, that we need it. And that was when I started putting eyes in herbs before God himself called me into this ministry. That is number 2. Number 3, my elder sister, who was a prophetess, one day they went for a burial, village setting burial like that, because her eyes is open. That is why it's good for your spiritual eyes to be open. You will not only save yourself, but save somebody. It happened that they were sharing food, and suddenly he saw an arrow entered in somebody's food from someone else. She rushed immediately and hold that person that is holding that food. Don't eat. And then started asking that man, what did you do to this food? The man started like pretending, what are you trying to say? Then when the case men notice what is happening, they carry all of them and go to the backyard because they don't want to more people to know about it and distort the program. When they went to backyard, my sister spoke authoritatively that she saw when this man casted a spell to this food. So it doesn't really matter whether somebody put it directly. Even if it is drink like this you are drinking, somebody can from afar project something into it. People are wicked. That is why it is not even advisable to eat food in public gathering because you don't know who is who. So when the man was trying to deny, my sister said, okay, wait, bring me a basin. He brought, because he saw when the man removed that and that the man have it in the nail and do like this, it now entered into that man's food. He now gets something like small broomstick and then remove some particle of that small particle that is remaining in the nail of that man, put it inside basin while they keep the food aside and say, let us wait for some time. They waited like 10 minutes. The basin, that thing that was removed from the nail, started forming lots and lots of maggots, including the food. Everybody was shouting. They were like, so this is what this man would have eaten. Millions of maggots will develop inside his stomach, and that is how this man would have died. That was when the man started begging, confessing that he planned to kill the man because of jealousy, this and that. Then the kinsman, because he's a man's matter now, took over the case. We don't know how it ended. And then my sister came out. That was how my sister was able to save that particular soul. On account, my sister one day, that is another of my other sister, went to PTA meeting to tell you that the simplest place you may not think that somebody we have a plan evil against you, evil can come out of there, you will not believe. When she went to PTA meeting, it happened that there is this accountant. All she does is when you pay school fees, she will deny that you have not paid, you will pay twice. My sister is somebody like me, you cannot intimidate. So when she had paid school fees, the woman pretended again that she did not pay, started saying she have not paid. Say what? She tried to remind her all the variables and all the issues that happened that prove that she had paid, and so on and so forth. The receipt, because some parents are also careless to misplace receipt. When she brought all the evidence, that woman could not deny anymore, and that raised suspicion of the proprietor that so this is what this woman has been doing. It happened that the day they now had PTA meeting, this particular accountant planned to poison my sister. God gave us one grace in our family. We are always prayerful, because if you are prayerful, your spiritual eyes will open. Something will not happen to you easily. That as they were sharing, that particular accountant was the one who shared drink, that immediately she dropped the drink in front of her face. She started noticing something like bubble up, down in that particular drink. Then she now called attention of other teachers and some of the parents. I say, can you look at this drink? Look at others. Is there something they are noticing differently about this drink? They say yes, that something like bubble has been going up and down, but your own is normal. My sister said she will not drink this. That she continued looking at that drink until they finish all the meeting. And that when she will try to look, when people do evil, they will be casting some glance on you in order to find out if the evil is working. And she will be using her heart to be hurrying the person eat a drink. That each time she will look at that account and their eyes will jam. She didn't drink that drink. Until after the meeting, she went and called the proprietor and reported, can you see this? And they brought the accountant started denying. But at the end of the day, the proprietor begged my sister that she should forget about it. They poured the drink and we didn't take time. They actually sacked the accountant. Who knows what would have happened if she had taken that drink? Another one is my own father-in-law, because my father-in-law is a kind of sensitive person. Things don't actually happen anyhow in my husband's family without him having the dream about it, though he is late now. So it happened that his own best friend was about to dedicate a child. This happened before I even married in that place, before any of his child have even married. But whenever they used to tell us about it. So he had a dream where in that particular child dedication, the man was poisoned to death. He very early in the morning, he left the house and went to the house of that man, and they say, hold your ears. On no account shall you eat anything in this particular occasion. If you want to eat, go outside, buy food and eat, or eat from tomorrow, but not today. The man agreed. Towards evening, the mind of the man left from that particular instruction and he went and ate. Do you know that after eating that particular food, the next thing that happened, his stomach started swelling, the legs started swelling. That was the sickness the man suffered. He didn't reach 1 month. He couldn't go out again. All his body became something else. He couldn't reach 1 month. That man died. A lot of people that are in the graveyard today is as a result of what they have eaten. Most of the times it's projected in the spirit and it enters. It doesn't really mean that somebody must come direct and put the poison, and then some people will go and prepare shaman invocation and come and give. And especially if you are such that all that dream that you ate in the dream, where was that food cooked? My dear, that food is witchcraft, demonic food. Once you wake up very fast, get your first early morning urine. This one, no negotiation about it. And the 7 seeds of alligator pepper, chew alligator pepper immediately, drink your urine. But where you can lay hand on lemongrass and the garlic peel, boil it and drink in order to neutralize the effect of that food. Now, if you see these 7 signs in anyone's food, don't eat it. Number 1, any place that you are in a group and it happen that you are not present when a food is shared and your own is going to be brought to you personally, just as what happened to me during that committee of friends. I wasn't around to take my own portion when others are taking it. Was brought to me to the home because it was happening in the same compound. My dear, don't eat it. You have to be there to collect it yourself, because you may not know who is secretly envious of you, and that person will opt immediately, let me take it to her and go and do incantation, enchantment on it. Because how people bewitch people is not only by a kind of putting physical poison, by making some utterances or that as you eat this food, may you suffer to death. Come and be alive and nurse those your twins. Let me see. May you never prosper again. May this food destroy everything in your body. You may not know what the person has said or done in that food. Don't eat it. Number 2, any food or any eatable or edible thing given to you that by someone whom you know that is envious of you, that is always not happy about your progress. It may be in the office and you are doing something and it is that person that is sharing it. Or anybody that is not happy with you, just as that my sister, she knows quite all right, but that by exposing that accountant, the accountant is no longer happy with her. Once that person is the one sharing any edible thing, don't eat it. Prevention is always better than cure. Number 3, anyone that sees that the person is always competing with you, in the sense that the person see you as a competitor, because from seeing you as a competitor, the person become jealous, become envious, plans to eliminate you from the scene. It might even be in the church. Even witchcraft, evil have been done in the church. Meet a deeper life woman that is complaining that most of the things she's passing through is from the church, arrows that are throwing. So even if it's in the church, you notice a particular sister, 2 of you are in choir, or you notice a particular brother, 2 of you are in youth meeting, or whatsoever, it seems that you are progressing more than that person is always competing with you, seeing you as a competitor. Please don't eat anything from that person, because the person may not even do physical action, but everything is energy, everything is vibration. When that person is sharing that thing, even if it is public something, with that bitterness and the heart is transferring some negativity to you that will start causing problem. That leads me to another point. Any person that gives you anything angrily, reject it. Let's take for instance, you went for occasion and are sharing food, all of a sudden they jump you, they couldn't share to you, and then you call their attention back and the person become angry, started murmuring this and that, and then come and give it to you angrily. That person is transferring lots and lots of negativity, evil association and aggression to you. Don't eat it. Otherwise, you will be affected by spirit of anger, that you can even go out, somebody will be angry at you unnecessarily and cause you to have some problems. Again, you are aware that we are spiritual beings, and if you are closer to God, you have some spiritual awakening. You will know that the language of the spirit is always righteousness, peace, and joy. Any food that they are bringing, your instinct is telling you that there's something wrong in this food. You lose your peace immediately, you lose your joy. Even if it is in restaurant, if you can afford it, pay for the food, but don't eat it. Something happened one of the days. I was very hungry, so I stopped at one shop to ask for a kind of mai mai. I normally eat mai mai from there. Reason is that I know the person that cooks it and how hygienic she does it. And then she told me there's no mai mai, and I said, okay, let me try and eat what we call oba. This one that is cooked with red oil, bean cake. That is a kind of a special beans oba. That is a kind of a cook with red oil that is used to be very sweet. The woman called me by the side and say, please don't buy oba in this place. I say, why? He say, I have a relative that is here. That woman goes to Washman and is a child of God. I know she won't be telling me lies. That she knows someone that works in the mortuary that say that some people comes to buy the mortuary water to boil their food items in order to sell fast. That one of the people selling up in this around area is fingered to be one of them. That was how I pick race and say, God, thank you for delivering me today. So why I'm telling you is that somehow, any food you're about to eat, because in every rumor there is an amount of truth, you get certain information, or you lose your peace, or it seems that your joy is tampered with, or you're feeling that something is not right about this food, run away. Don't eat for your own dear life. Again, if food have some unpleasant, pungent odor or smell that is somehow unpleasant to you, that is somehow irritating to you, don't eat it. Sunday, I was passing where they are doing burial. I had a voice because I normally hear God directly that these whole people that is eating this food here has been bewitched. That's one of the cook there is a witch, and she have already added something in that food that will bewitch every one of them, and they will start having an attack. That is why even if you have to eat, you must have prayed very well. If possible, eat one bitter cola or two before eating in the public if you must eat. And again, if food is unusually excessively sweet, be careful of that food, because it might not actually be that food has some demonic influences on it. Whatever that is making that food so sweet may not actually be ingredients. It may be things that will also affect your health. Health is wealth. When they carry white maggi and put it there in order to attract customers, in order to attract you to eat, and you decide to eat it, you might actually be eating sickness. Because I don't want this video to be long, I'll be cutting it here because I have intention to also give you some tips on how you can actually escape from eating demonic, poison, or witchcraft food, because there are actually about 7 or 10 tips that when you follow it, you will be able to escape from demonic, witchcraft, or evil poisoned food. So watch out my video on that. So if you have not subscribed to be part of this family, what are you waiting for? Please smash that red subscribe button and the bell notification so as to always get my next upload. Comment on this video, share it widely to everyone. I'm sure I'll be helping a lot of people. As you do so, may God bless you. So with this, I say enjoy your day.